Alright, I don't know if I have the volume turned up on this, but I wanted to show you guys a few things that I learned today. One of these was a website called Geoguessr, GeoGuessr.com. This was fun. I think one of the things we're really missing today in school is just an opportunity for anyone to think. Teachers aren't thinking and students aren't thinking, and it seems like we believe that we're so busy trying to accomplish, I don't know what, a test score, that we don't take time to really think about what learning is. And really, I think that some great things like this worked into our practice will really begin to hopefully facilitate thinking. And then once we start to think, once we think as the adult, it's easier for us to facilitate student thinking. So I enjoyed this. This just went straight to this website, and then you can see here where it says sign in and log in. We didn't have to do that. We just click on single player, and this is great, I think, for really students today, guys. They live in a world that's different than the world we grew up in, and y'all, they really believe that they are the center of the universe, and what comes along with that is a lot of pressure, because if the whole world rests on you, then the solutions rest on you, and our students aren't equipped to solve some of the problems that they're facing. And so I think one of the greatest things we can do to help partner with parents and community leaders and our society is in general is to help students realize that they're not the center of the world. And that doesn't come from us having a fuss at the kids about not being the center of the universe. It really comes from us simply showing them the world and helping them to understand both time and space as it relates to them. So this cool little website, basically when you log in, you can see right here at the top it says you get around 1 to 5. So you get 5 chances at the Geoguessr. And so basically what the student does is they would pull up the screen just like we are, and then they would start looking around to try to figure out where in the world they are. So to me it's kind of funny, like, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego, only in this case I'm Carmen Sandiego. So again, there are things that they will begin to notice, like about the types of power lines, or looking at the vehicles, or like even if we can see obviously the type of habitat or environment that we're in seasonally. Also, this is a great time that they may notice things related to architecture to figure out where we are. So I really truthfully at this moment have no clue where we are. And just for the sake of this not taking too long, I wanted to show you how it works. So once you kind of think that you know where you are, then you then are going to be able to make a guess. And we're going to zoom in to wherever it is that we think we are. So I have no earthly idea. I'm going to say that we are in South America, and I'm just simply going to base that on the shingles on the house, which I have no earthly idea about. I'm just going to do this to show you. So let's say I think that we're here, and it's like, hey, you think you're here? Yeah. So then you make your guess, and it tries to figure out where you are. And then you can see it spinning right here. I must be way off. And then you can see it tells you to wait until the game resumes in 7 seconds. So it's really not a very long period of time because, again, this is free. And so what an excellent... Just wait till you see. Okay, so then now I get to see how close I got. Yeah, not at all. That was actually in Italy. So my guess was 9,519 miles away, kilometers away. And I only earned 8 points for that. So the student would get to go through 5 rounds. And like, you could even have your students doing this on devices or in groups together, which I think would probably be good to generate conversation relative to one person's thinking about their particular setting. I also think this is really interesting when we're trying to get as an opportunity to help readers, or students as readers, to really begin to think about the setting of their story. And student engagement can often be low in reading because our students are so image oriented, they haven't had the practice of creating those types of settings in their mind. So what a great way for us to put them into a setting such as this, and then have them pay attention to particular aspects of it that might help them figure out where this actually happened. So a student would go through a series of 5 things. You could do a competition between which team got the closest, who was the farthest, how many points they get. And it's really just an exercise. Also, you can notice map skills. So like I'm noticing Mexico is here, and I'm noticing that Italy is all the way over here. Also, with reference to miles and kilometers, I think it's interesting when we're working on conversions, which is the 5th grade math skill, that students often have no concept of the size of these particular units. So again, this is just a really natural way for students to learn a great deal of skills, yes, that are related to maps, but also that are related to literacy and life, as well as helping them to understand that they aren't the center of the universe. So Geoguessr was a neat little thing I learned about today.